Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to show my subscribers. We're at 313, which is pretty big. Started this channel like 2 years ago. You can check out my other channels and other trading videos I have here. But first I just wanted to show you, I want to break down Tesla. Today made 627. We lost almost 500 bucks in SQQ and made 1100 on Tesla. Going back just the last 31 business days, we're doing pretty good, up 7,500. And you can see Tesla is my leading gainer for pretty much this month, 4,400. One thing I wanted to mention on Tesla really quick is that you can see that 187 or 188 was a pivotal point for them. But let's just break it down even further. Looking at the macro, looking at the bigger picture here on Tesla, you can see that there is clear resistance here at this, and you can see right over here at this 200 mark. It's hit it twice now, and I just marked it in yellow just so you can see. So it's failed here, and it's failed up here. And in my previous videos, you will see that I was drawing lines from the 163 mark all the way to right here at the 177 where they're still touching. So I am still curious what's going to happen when Tesla retests around this area right here, which will be around 188. Which we did get a little bit of a bounce today. If you go on the one-day chart, you can see that Tesla had a little bit of a bounce there. And even just looking at the one-day chart here, let me just draw it because I see it. I'm just going to draw a quick trend line. You can see it from here. Tesla's check is testing this right here. So right at this mark here at 192 is where I lied. And I just want to see if it shows in the settings. Is it not? That's why it's not showing extended hours. So you can see here, I guess Tesla's moving up in the after hours. But basically it bounced from that. It went all the way down to 189 today and then popped back up to 192. For me, when I made that trade today, I took the trade right here at 190. So I let it come down, watched it come down to 189. And then once it established support here and then bounced right here, this is where my entry was, and then sold it at the 600 shares up like 1 point up to make the gains for the day, which was nice. But going back into bigger picture now, I wanted to go into SQQQ, which is the inverse relationship of the NASDAQ. And you can see here, just looking at the overall picture, when we look at the macro, I just drew a supply up here and a demand. I do believe that there is risk for SQQ to come down all the way to like $28, because if you look at QQQ, let's just type in QQQ real quick. If you look at QQQ, if you zoom in on the 3-month chart, you can see that there is, in my supply zone here, there's resistance clearly, just going on a 3-month chart at 313. It failed twice up here, and now it's coming back down to 309. Now it doesn't mean that the bulls are still in control, but something just to keep in mind, if you look at the 1-year chart, your next area, if it does break that 313, is right here. You're going to see 332 is the next resistance line. So it's just really important to just keep an open mind, and if QQQ actually can break this point and get above 315 and actually hold. So we want to see if it's going to blast open, get past the 315. Is it going to go straight to 332, or is it going to retest to confirm that 315 is a strong level where this resistance will now turn into support and then make its run up to 332? Now, we all have biased opinions in the market, and I personally don't think the market is going to go up, especially everything that happened after Powell. They still increased rates 0.25%, and he sounded very conservative, and the market got way ahead of itself over the last, you can even just see in the last like 2 days. If you just look at the big picture, 5 days from now, QQQ is 302, goes up to 315, back down to 309, but it had this massive sell-off yesterday, all in 1 day from 312 to 305. So a clear decision is not made on where direction is going to be. So it's something that I'm just continuously watching, and I'm trying to see where it's going to go in the supply zone. Is QQQ going to break the 315 range? And if it goes to that 334 range, that's why I was bringing up SQQQ. Because if you look at SQQQ, even though I have positions at $31, $32, I'm still keeping in mind when I look at that 1-year chart, there is a low. this is terrible. When you look at the 1 year chart, it went down to 28. Here it is, right over here. There's a 27. Let me see if I can zoom in over here just to make it easier. There's 27.89, $28 is where the next low could be. So we're not safe here. I am holding a position SQQQ at an average of like 31.50, but you just have to be aware that this could go lower. And SQQ will decay over time. So you just want to be careful with this. But if you look at everything lines up, at least if you like do the 1 year chart, the RSI is 38, super low. These trend lines obviously have been broken, so they don't matter. But the RSI is super low, and it's something that I'm keeping in mind. And I like to buy when, obviously, if I'm going to swing, I try to always wait for the RSI to be low, because we know if we buy low, that means oversold, and then high 70s would be overbought. So I'm hoping we get a nice move back up. So, but just make sure you do a reasonable position size if you are thinking about shorting the market, because if you go right into the bull market, it's not going to look good, and you got to follow a stop loss. We did Tesla right there, and then the QQQ we just reviewed with that. We just got to be very careful. We have to see if 315 is going to break, and are we going to go up to that 334 range, which would be the next resistance level right up here. I added some gains today to JP Morgan. I have like $1,500 in them. I'll show it at the end of this. Just like 11, 12 shares, nothing crazy. It's long-term positions, because if you look at JPM, you know, they're a huge bank. And I just like, when I look at them on even the 1 year chart, you know, they're trading up here at 143. RSI is down to 38. For me, I'm comfortable. I didn't get them at 100. I'm only putting the gains that I make into these stocks long term. So for me, it feels like house money, and I'm just going to leave it in long term. But even looking at the 5 year chart, high of 166 down to 100. And I don't think the big banks are going to be in trouble compared to the smaller banks. But obviously, trade at your own risk, and don't follow my trades, because who knows if I'm even doing it right. I'm pretty much only good at scalping. But this is what I've been looking at, and trying to follow Tesla is the main person that I've been trading, because if Tesla, you could see a few weeks ago that this was a pivotal point right here, this 188. And I'm just going to show you zooming out. Let me just show you right here. This was where it bounced at the 177, but you can see right here was a big supply zone, and I just left it on here on the Webull, because once it broke, you could see that there was resistance right here at the 185, 187 level. There was resistance here, here, and here. So it was a pretty safer bet to make, like when this market pulled back today, to assume that 187 was going to be a nice area of support, which was right here, 186 to 187, 188. And as you can see, Tesla went right here and bounced on the 188. And just like I was drawing out, from what I've noticed, I believe these trend lines are starting to make sense here, because you have the 163 to the 177, and then now you got that nice bounce here at 188. So we'll see if it comes over here. And like, look, the lowest it went over here was like 186, 87, and then it still bounced. So I'm wondering if the market was kind of following this for Tesla to make that bounce. Now, I could be wrong, but that's just the connection that I've been making with this. But that's just what I wanted to show you. And basically, I'm just watching those levels for QQQ and then trading TQQ or SQQQ on those. But that's what I just wanted to show you, just the bigger picture, what we're looking at. Just be wary of the support and the resistance lines for Tesla. 200's the big resistance zone. We have to watch out for the 187. Is that going to break tomorrow? We're sitting at 192 right now, 193. But is 188 going to break now? Now that it tested it, we got a nice little 4-point bounce from it, which is good if you're scalping it like I was. But it's time to always reset the charts and then see what it is for tomorrow. Because if Tesla breaks this 187, I have a feeling that we're going to retest the lows at this 163 again. You might get a little bounce here at 176, but we got to see how the chart plays out. So I just want to give an update. That's how we're doing. And overall, we're doing pretty good just in the last 31 days, up 7,500, which is nice. But you can see that Tesla is my main person that I've been trading, and TQQ. And although I have a holding position, as you can see, day trading wise, I'm not the best trade short in the market. I'm down, I lost 1,700 on that. But overall, we were up. But as long as you follow the stop losses, you can still stay green on the year, which is nice. So this is my JP Morgan purchase right here. So as you can see, I have a cost base in 127.39. I have $1,400 invested. This is all day trading gains, but I plan to hold them on. They're one of the big banks. They pay like a 3% dividend. And they're trading at 126, and I hope they get cheaper. I'm just trying to build a position in them. I'll use the dividends over time. It's only 11 shares. It's really not a big deal, but it's nice, $1,400 in them. And if you're going to hold it for a few years, it's fine. We're going to keep adding to them while the banks are down. This in here, this is my crypto that I started. It's long-term holds. Obviously, I don't have much money in here, only $223 and $226 in Ethereum and Bitcoin. If only we just put the house in, but it's like insane, these gains, 41% and then 24, 25% gains. So that's what I'm holding long-term as well. I'm going to add to these, but we'll give it some time. We'll continue as it goes, but I don't want to add to these positions while they're up 40% and 25%. But I just want to show you, I do have crypto a little bit, but it's all within Fidelity because that's like the one platform I trust when I'm trading. All right, so that wraps up today's video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel and leave your comments below. Tell me what you think about QQQ, SQQQ, Tesla, Bitcoin, whatever you like to trade. I'd love to hear it.